Hey cat lovers! Ever stared at your feline friend doing something totally bizarre and wondered, is that love? Or are they just completely ignoring me? If you're intrigued to decode your cat's strange antics, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on more feline fun. So cats, right? They're these furry little enigmas. One minute they're purring on your lap, the next they're batting at invisible things or staring intensely at a wall. It's enough to make you question everything you thought you knew about feline affection. Let's dive into some common weird cat behaviors and try to figure out if it's love, indifference, or something else entirely. First up, the slow blink. You know, that moment when your cat looks at you, slowly closes their eyes, and then slowly opens them again? This isn't just random blinking. It's actually a sign of trust and affection. Cats in the wild will avoid direct eye contact with those they perceive as a threat. So, when your cat gives you the slow blink, they're essentially telling you, I feel safe and comfortable around you. Think of it as a cat hug. So next time your cat does that to you, try slowly blinking back at them. It's a great way to communicate that you feel the same way. Now, let's talk about kneading. You're sitting on the couch, relaxing, and suddenly your cat starts rhythmically pushing their paws into your lap, sometimes even purring like a tiny motor. This behavior stems from kittenhood. Kittens need their mother's belly to stimulate milk flow. When adult cats need, it's a sign of contentment and security. They're essentially reverting to that comforting kitten state. However, why does it sometimes hurt, you may ask? They are just too excited and don't know how to control their claws and nails, so try to control their claws. Next, we have the infamous butt presentation. Your cat saunters over, turns their back to you, and presents their rear end. It might seem rude, but in the cat world, this is actually a sign of trust and social bonding. Cats greet each other by sniffing each other's butts, so when your cat presents their behind to you, they're essentially saying, hello, I feel comfortable enough around you to show you my vulnerable side. It's weird, I know, but it's a compliment. Okay, but what about when your cat ignores you completely? You call their name, you try to pet them, and they just walk away. Does this mean they don't love you? Not necessarily. Cats are independent creatures, and they often have their own agenda. Sometimes they simply don't want to be bothered. It doesn't mean they don't care about you. It just means they need their space. Think about it this way. Do you always want to be around people, even the ones you love? And what about bringing you gifts? A dead mouse on your doorstep might not seem like the most loving gesture, but to your cat, it's a sign of affection. Cats are natural hunters, and they see you as part of their family. When they bring you a dead animal, they're trying to provide for you, just like they would for their kittens. It's their way of saying, I care about you, and I want to make sure you're fed. You can mitigate this behavior if you play with your cat more, stimulating the act of hunting. Here's a weird one. Eating grass and then throwing up. Cats eat grass, not because they particularly enjoy the taste, but because it helps them to get rid of indigestible things that are stuck in their stomachs, like fur and bones. You can try growing a small cat garden with herbs. Let's talk about staring. Have you ever caught your cat staring intensely at you, or at a wall, or seemingly at nothing? It can be a little unnerving. Sometimes they're just observing their surroundings, taking in all the sights, sounds, and smells. Other times, they might be hunting, even if it's just an imaginary mouse in their mind. In some cases, the cat has just saw something you couldn't, so don't worry that much about this. Finally, let's address the head boops. When your cat rubs their head against you, they're depositing pheromones from scent glands on their face. This is a way of marking you as their territory and claiming you as their own. It's also a sign of affection and trust. They're essentially saying, you belong to me and I belong to you. If they don't like you, they will not do this. So, next time your cat does something weird, try to see it from their perspective. Most of the time, it's either a sign of affection, a way of communicating, or simply a part of their natural feline behavior. Even indifference can sometimes be a sign of comfort. They feel safe enough around you to not have to constantly seek your attention. What strange things does your cat do? Share your stories in the comments below, And don't forget to subscribe for more cat-tastic content.